Hey Libra, welcome back to lovefromaleo. My name is Tay, otherwise known as lovefromaleo, and this is your December 2018 tarot reading. So for this month, the energy that I got when I was shuffling for you, we got Jupiter. Now, Pisces also had this energy for their month, so if you have some ties to Pisces, that little combination in your chart is probably going to be sparking some type of energy. So yeah, Jupiter is about exploring, and by exploring you end up finding things that you didn't know you wanted. So these like treasures within life. Expect to see some profound things, but expect for it to be like surprises, or expect to feel lucky. Anyways, let's just get into this reading. So in the past, the energy you were feeling was the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, there was something that you did that didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. It didn't turn out right. It didn't end up right. So if it was an investment, it didn't pay off. If it was something that you were trying to convey to somebody, or if you were trying to convince somebody of something, it didn't fall through. Or it could be that you didn't make the necessary changes that you were supposed to. Like you were kind of being afraid of destiny. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but that's what came up in my head. I think this is related to work because we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is something that has to do with your everyday life. This is the details of your life. This is something you do consistently, you know. Communication, Ten of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so I think you wanted some improvements, or you wanted to try to enhance whatever you were doing on your day-to-day so that you could feel more secure within your living situation. Because we got Knight of Swords, Ten of Cups, and then Seven of Pentacles. So looking at that, I'm like, yeah, you're trying to secure the bag. You're trying to do something, but it's like quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it could fall through, but you would have to really be paying attention to the logistics of everything that you're trying to indulge yourself in. So that's not terrible, but it's just like something didn't work out because you didn't, what is it? Check all your P's and Q's, cross all your, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so it's like you didn't check all the details. And so I think you kind of miscalculated something for sure. But for some reason, I feel like it's not really affecting you too much in this month, but I do think that it kind of caught you by surprise. Who was a part of the situation during your past months? This card came out super fast. So we have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, or someone who has a structure of always getting money or always trying to obtain or maintain a status. So someone who's always trying to make sure that they're on the road that they need to be on, but sometimes they come off as careless or reckless or overly ambitious or kind of devilish, you know? So someone who's like too focused on their status is what I'm feeling. And I think you kind of know this about this person, and so you're kind of a good person for them to be around because you kind of balance out that ego. But at the same time, you know that this person will go overboard, and then it's going to be a problem. And then you're probably going to be the one who has to clean it up or have to like mend the fences. You know what I'm saying? So you know who that person is, Libra. So let's look at the advice for those of you trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. I'm kind of confused. I'm not going to lie. This whole situation seems like there's a lot of ins and outs, and I also feel like there's a lot of things that are unspoken because you can't speak about them. So if that makes any sense to you, then you know what I'm talking about. The Sun is coming up here. So I think there's something that you're missing when it comes to authority. You're not stating your dominance with this person, and this is showing up because they're the one who's taking control of everything. And it kind of makes sense because Capricorn is very, very similar to Leo energy, so they kind of dominate the scene, but Capricorn is a little more shy or demure in their approach, almost like they want you to like them. Leo is more like me, you know, like they put themselves out there. Capricorn is a little more like, I don't care if you notice me, you know this is my production. So I feel like you are in this situation trying to figure out how can you assert your dominance to this Capricorn or person who's ruled by Saturn. And I think you just need to realize that if you are more of yourself, or you do the things that this person gravitated towards you for in the first place, you'll see that it works wonders for you. I feel like you're missing a lot of key elements that could spark some magic within the situation in the past. So let's go ahead and move into your present with that being said. So in your December, your present energy is the Death card. It came out sideways, so I don't feel like anything is going to die off, but I definitely think there's going to be some transformations. Where the transformation is going to happen. Ace of Cups, Two of Wands. I definitely think there's going to be some emotional transformations within yourself, but I think it's going to be because of someone that you relate to. So that's kind of a mouthful, but it came out very smooth. So I'm definitely thinking that you're going to have some changes with someone that you relate to emotionally. And there's just going to be some huge changes. Now, I almost feel like these changes are going to be something that you wanted, but I don't feel like you really wanted to commit to that change. Like, you know how sometimes you wish for things and then when you get them, you're like, I don't know if this is what I really wanted. The grass is always greener on the other side. That's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. Dang, this is kind of, I feel like someone's going to get their feelings hurt. Strength card. Someone is going to kind of just like not need someone else, or almost like the union that once was, it might still be there, but I feel like someone's leveling up to where they don't necessarily need it. So it shifts the dynamic. Or maybe it doesn't shift the dynamic in a bad way. Maybe it's just that the masculine and the feminine are kind of like meeting each other halfway instead of it being one person doing more than the other. There's like a balance that's happening. The animalistic side merging with the humanistic side. Is that a word, humanistic? But yeah, this could also be like someone who has fiery energy or dominant leadership energy, like a Leo, maybe an Aries, or maybe a Sag. Dang. Okay. Who are you going through this with? A Sagittarius. So yeah, it was that fire sign. So it's definitely a fire sign. It's a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Now this definitely could be someone who is not specifically a Sagittarius, but more so someone who has that energy, which is mutable fire. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So if you have heavy placements in that, then maybe that's the person that this is referring to. But this is also the Prince of Wands. So this could just be someone who is young and kind of spontaneous, or someone who just doesn't think things through, or someone who's in the early stages of life. So that's who you're going through this with. So I don't know how, like, I almost feel like some of you had high hopes for no reason. Like, this person, I feel like, was not reliable in the first place. So it's kind of like, why would you rely on them? You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't come into the situation showing that you can rely on them, so why are you surprised that you can't? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of those like, this is the reality of the situation, Libra. You know how sometimes you get caught up in your ideals or the things that you feel like are going on, and then like you're hit with the facts and you're like, fuck, now I gotta hate you, now I can't fuck with you at all. And then like you just have that Libra switch, and that's it. Like there's no more communication. That's what's happening with this person. But I feel like you're surprised or you're shocked, and I'm like, why are you shocked? Like, this person has been doing this the whole time. They showed you from jump that the only thing that they need is materials, or the only thing that they need is for you to show them that you're worthy to be around them. Like they didn't meet you halfway. So what's the advice? I mean, not to call them out or anything, but I mean, damn, it's like all right here. So, I mean, if I can see it, I'm sure you had some red flags, but I just feel like Libra just didn't pay attention to them. But they must have had something to where you didn't need to pay attention to it. You were like, you know what, I can forget that. Okay, Capricorn, the devil. Not that Capricorn is the devil, but Capricorn is the correlation with the devil card and tarot. So there's a desire that you have, and I feel like you're supposed to go towards this desire, but it's almost like you can go towards this desire, but what are you going to do with it once you have it? I feel like some of you have the intention to go towards something, but you have like this evil plan. And I don't mean evil as in you're trying to like hurt someone or anything, but it's almost like you want to get back at someone, or you just want to show someone that you can do something. It's like, that's fine, but who are you hurting in the process? Who are you hurting in the process, Libra? Like, I understand that, you know, when someone hurts you, it's all about war, but it's like, let's be cautious of what we're doing because you're still planting the seeds for your future. You know what I'm saying? So try to plant the seeds correctly. Try not to off people that you need around you, or try not to burn bridges that you know you're going to need in the future, but definitely get rid of those people that do not serve you in any way, shape, or form. Now, if there's something that can be fixed with the person, or if there's something that you feel like, okay, maybe they aren't doing the best in this area, but maybe they can help me in this area, people like that, if you can utilize people in a healthy way, then you can keep them around you. But people that you cannot cooperate with, people that it's just not working out, people you keep getting in trouble with, people you keep having struggles with, you need to just let them go. All right? Let's go ahead and move on to your future. So we have two cards. So we already know when I get two cards, when it's talking about a certain part of time, it's usually one or more scenarios. The first group is group A. So we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is, we already know, it's like there's something that's not being spoken. There's something fishy. There's something that needs to be inspected. There's something that needs to be dissected because something is not being told 100%. What is being told, or what isn't being told? What's not being told to Libra? All right, Capricorn again. I mean, how many times y'all need to see this? We got the World card, the Saturn card, the Devil card, and then last but not least, the actual Devil card. I mean, y'all, it's literally just here in our face, you know? There's someone who has desires for you that is just not like, either there's something within you or there's something with another person that you're dealing with, but somebody has some type of ego that just overpowers situations, and I don't think it's like that 100% of the time because it's upright. But because it keeps showing up, this is something that's definitely a part of the situation. I would say 75% of the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, who the hell is going to put this fire out? Because somebody keeps flaring up. Somebody keeps sparking some shit. Somebody keeps charging you up. And then, you know, like, what's going to happen after it's put out? Is it going to stay away? Is it going to come back? Is it going to get worse? And all of these questions is what I feel like you're going to be asking yourself in the future. So who are you going against? Who are you going against, Capricorn? And my cat just came in. So some of you are definitely having some ties with Capricorn. Some of you have Capricorn placements for sure. Some of you may act like a Capricorn type of energy. Maybe you have like heavy Saturn placements. Who are you going against, Libra? So there's a lot of opposing energies. So Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Anybody with any type of watery energy, anyone who's like emotional, anyone who's expressing their emotions, in the future you are not with the shits. Like, you are really having a hard time with emotions. Who else we got? Libra, you're having a hard time with your own mind. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. And then last but not least, we got the Moon card, which is the High Priestess. So this is any female or any person that you used to feel comfortable with. You just don't feel that anymore. So, okay, Libra, for those of you who are in Group A, I definitely feel like some of you are paranoid. I almost feel like I'm supposed to be alarmed or something. Why are you paranoid, though? Magician's card. So the things that you're manifesting. So it's like, you know, the things that you've put into place. You know the things that you've done, and you know what you deserve from universe, and that's why you're afraid. I don't think that you worry about it, but I feel like you haven't released it, and so you're dealing with this, and you're having a hard time sleeping at night. Like, you're okay with yourself, but only if you have something to comfort you. If you don't have that comfort, you're not worth anything when it comes to your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really weak or vulnerable to those thoughts, and I think that's why you have to have something else, because you know what you've done to whoever this person is, or at least you feel like something bad's gonna happen. And this is because you either didn't take an opportunity, or you did something that later, looking back, you were like, maybe I should have worked on this part of myself more. Maybe I should have expanded on this part of my life more so that I could learn how to be better in that sense. Maybe I should have made that decision for the part of your life that it mattered in. It's definitely showing here. Dang. I mean, keep in mind, energy is transferable, but I feel like that's for you, Libra. Honestly, I feel like you were doing some things, maybe like not as dramatic as it came out on the cards, but there were some things happening where I feel like, you know, you were wrong, but like, you didn't really do what it took to fix it, or the person that it happened to just didn't really make you fix it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a weird toxic energy happening here. What is the advice for those? Oh, all right, we got Pisces again with the Moon card. So I feel like there's an intensity with like being comfortable with your emotional state. You're not comfortable with yourself. You don't trust your emotional state, and I don't think you trust your intuition, and it's showing up in your life. Like, all the times where it's like you need to listen to yourself, for some reason you listen to someone who's dumber than you. You listen to someone who doesn't have the best intention for you. And it shows up every single time. I don't feel like whatever is in control of your life is willing to give you more chances. I feel like I feel like you're taking your chances for granted. You need to respect the fact that you were given this position in your life where you can teach someone else, or you can love someone else, nurture someone else. And I mean with children, you know, like whatever part in life that you play, use it to your full advantage, Group A, okay? Learn how to nurture whatever you're working on. It doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine. Nurture whatever that is. Put life into it. Make it grow. Group B, this is getting lengthy, y'all. Six of Swords. So Group B, you're transitioning, and you may have someone that you're transitioning with. In what way are you transitioning? Now, this is a decent card. You know, this is something that's like, okay, some things are changing. You've moved on to the next level. What are you moving towards? This could be good or bad. You're just moving towards something. Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, so you're not moving towards something good for a lot of you in Group B. So in the future, there may be a breakup, a dysfunction in the family. I feel like a disbandment within the family. If disbandment's a word, I don't know. Ace of Swords, this is because of things that were said that, you know, hurt someone. Maybe it was something that was harsh. It could have been lies, deception, miscommunication, not expressing yourself, or someone not expressing themselves to you clearly. Just a whole lot of we arguing, not seeing things in the same way, different perspectives. And this has to do with an ex or someone that you have lots of memories with. So yeah, it looks like a love lost. That's depressing. I'm not even gonna lie, that's depressing. Let's see what else has to come out about this. But this is in the future, so I don't know, maybe there's another way that this is going to turn out that it can actually work out for you. So let's see who this is dealing with. Sagittarius, Leo, what else? Pisces, and then also Aries. So we got all the fire signs, and then we got Pisces. So this is heavy Jupiterian energy, all the fire elements. So this is a person who's kind of just like, they go off of how they feel. So they could kind of come off as a water sign as well, like really emotional. That's crazy. So this is a person who physically is a fire sign, but has Jupiterian energy like a Pisces. So they feel emotions, and they may lash out or something like, I don't know who this person is, but that's a lot going on. Especially for a Libra. I feel like, I don't know, maybe you just deal with this person because you have to. Okay, let's look at the advice for what you should do for the situation in the highest regard. Queen of Swords, which is fixed air. So this, we already know this is communication, but this is also being logical, making decisions that are beneficial to you, but also to other people, but more importantly you. So it's like, what are you going to do to make your part of the situation better for yourself? So that also means looking at what you've done and being accountable for what you play in the, you know, the scenario of things. But I also feel like it's more about communicating with whatever you have the issue with. Whoever that is or whatever that is. You're not speaking. Neither of you are speaking. So it's like, well, how can you be upset if no one even knows why, like, how you feel about a situation? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that makes sense, but I'll probably go back and look at this and be like, what the hell did I say? But yeah, like, communication is key. Keep in mind, you're dealing with a person who can probably be, like, loose in their mind at times. Like, they're not always grounded how you may be. Or maybe they're not as logical as you. And so it's like, it's showing up in the cards here because we have all of these like constellations that are just like out of this world. So I feel like they're a really special person, but it's like, I don't think you relate to them that well. And you're a Libra. If you don't relate to something, then what the fuck are you doing with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole existence of being a Libra, finding something that matches. That's the whole point of being an air sign. Like, what the hell? All right, so I'm going to leave that at that. If you're with someone who you don't like, break up with them, Libra. I don't know why I need to feel the need to say that, but that's the end of this reading, Libra. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys have been emailing me. Some of you have been getting readings done. If you are still waiting on your reading, I'm getting it done, I promise. Do not worry. I will get it out to you by the deadline that I gave you. And in the meantime, if you need to contact me, my email is lovefromaleo@gmail.com. You can like this video, subscribe, do what you got to do. But it doesn't matter who you listen to. Just make sure you listen to the right people, all right? With that being said, stay safe. Do not overindulge. And make sure you're paying attention to the right things. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye, Libra.